What can you expect when you go ABD? We're talking about that right now. Hey everybody, I'm Leigh from teachingacademia.com, and I'm all about giving you the tools you need to navigate academia and make your best impact. In this video, we're going to be talking about what you can expect when you go ABD or all but dissertation. And I've got 6 tips for you. We're going to divide it up into 2 categories. The first being the technical side, and the second looking at sort of the lifestyle that you can expect to have when you go ABD. So let's start off with the technical. So first of all, when you hit the ABD stage, right, you have successfully written and defended your dissertation proposal. So congratulations. This is a huge milestone. Make sure you went out and did something nice for yourself because you totally deserved that. Next up, it means you are now ready to collect your data. Whatever that looks like for you, you're going to have a plan in place and you're going to be knee deep in it sooner than you realize. And then the third thing that you can expect when you go ABD is that you will at some point be analyzing that data, writing it all up, defending your dissertation, and out the door you go, okay? You're almost there, okay? The light is coming. The end of the tunnel is near, I promise. So that's some of the technical aspects that you can expect. Let's talk a little bit about some lifestyle aspects that you may or may not have thought of. So first of all, you're not taking classes anymore. This can be a huge relief because you may find that you are tired of taking classes at this point. Now, you might choose to take a class while you're ABD. I did. Honestly, I had to be dragged kicking and screaming into it because I was so tired of them, but it was worthwhile. I audited the class, which means that I didn't get a grade for it. I sat in, and it was a class that I did really need. It was really well aligned with my dissertation. And so you might find that, it makes sense to do something like that where you're really there. You're there doing the readings and you're attending class every week and you're participating in the discussions. You may not do any of the assignments, or you may do some, but ultimately you're not getting a grade. So it's really, really more about the learning aspect of it than anything else. And the other thing to know is that at this point, your time is going to be largely yours to manage. Now, you might be thinking, wasn't my time always my own to manage? And this is a little bit different, okay? Because up to this point, you had other people helping you understand what you need to do, how to structure your week, what to get done, right? So if you were taking classes, you knew when those classes, when you had to be in class. You knew what you had to read. You knew when things were due. You knew what assignments you had. People told you. Now, you don't have that. You're going to have to start making your own schedule. Some of this stuff that happens during this ABD phase, of course, will be managed automatically, right? Like you will know when you have to show up to collect data at a site, for example, or if you're administering some kind of an assessment, you will have that on your schedule and you will know to go do that. But a lot of things like analyzing data and writing, you are going to be left to your own devices. And we're going to be talking about that in a future video. Your time is largely yours to manage, and you do not want to screw that up. So we'll talk about that in more detail later. And then finally, this is just my opinion, but I really think this becomes a litmus test for how well you might do as a professor at an R1 university. You may have zero interest in going to an R1 university, and that's fine. You might finish this dissertation process, and by the time you get to applying jobs, you might have decided, yes, I really want to do an R1, or no, I really don't want to do an R1. This can sort of solidify that for you because this process is going to show you what it takes to carry a project through from beginning to end. You will have support, right? You have your advisor, you have your committee, you have your peer group. You will always have some level of support as a professor as well because you can, again, talk to people that you are colleagues with to help you through these hurdles as you come across them in different research projects. But I think by the time you get done with your dissertation, you will know how well you are, how good of a job you can do at budgeting and managing your time when you're sort of left up to your own devices to do so. And also not just how successful you are at it, but how well you enjoy the process. Because you can enjoy the process. I mean, you could be really successful at the process, but really not enjoy it and not want that kind of a lifestyle. So this will absolutely give you a peek into that lifestyle.